All right, so I'm just going to do a really quick example of how to use imageJ to measure the length of the things that you're finding in the videos. So these are good for, kind of finding a place at which you want a screenshot. And so I've got these, well, actually, it's funny, I've got this other thing up there too, but I've got these two worms in here that maybe I want to find the size of. So if you I'm doing the Command Shift 4 to just grab a screenshot. And what we're going to use the diameter of these wells to actually find out the sizes. And I forgot to measure this. I'm going to just use for this example that I think the diameter is maybe 2 centimeters, but it could be 1 centimeter. I don't know. So here I've got my screenshot. imageJ, you can download this, but you can also just run imageJ in the browser, which is what I'm going to do for simplicity here. So you should be able to just drag in your file. And then the way that this works is that you've got a couple kind of tools up here where you can draw lines. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that is the diameter of the well here. And then I'm going to set the scale to say how long. So this is saying the distance of that line in pixels is 966 point blah, blah, blah. And now I'm going to say that is, and I'm actually going to set this to, I'm going to say it's 20 millimeters, so that we can, and then you have to kind of scroll down. I don't know why it removes this, but now the scale is set so that I can measure things in here in millimeters. So you could, like, let's say that I want to find out the length of this little stick here, right? I could just draw this line, and then now I'm going to do analyze measure. And so now I have this box that's going to tell me, this doesn't really make sense. I'm not measuring an area, but it should give me over here a length. And if you think about if the diameter was 20, right, it would make sense that this little, whatever this is about 6.6. And again, this is millimeters. So what I'm going to do for the worm here is I'm right clicking there. Instead of the straight line, I'm going to do, you can either do the freehand or the segmented line. And so let's say now I'm just going to be sort of clicking. I'm trying to find the length here. And what you can see up here is it will start to measure. So now it's like telling me my length is 1.4, which again kind of makes sense with the scale that I set. So you can also do this freehand, but I'm going to just go until the end here. But I don't know if that length makes sense. So now I'm going to do analyze measure. And so, yeah, so I actually have, I think, I don't know. Oh, it was just measuring the segment that I was clicking on was, I think, the 1.4. So now again, like, think about if this is 20 millimeters across, this worm being 30 makes sense. I don't think you're going to need to measure anything else, but this is honestly a super useful tool. So you can, if you wanted to find out the area of something, you can also, like if I measure that, so for other things, this may be useful too. So the area of this is 3.8 millimeters. But I think for us, the length is probably going to be what we're looking for. So yeah, so this is how you can really quickly do that.